I heard him say Ethan. So I'm going to listen this again with you guys. But he does talk about bruising on BrYan's face and knuckles. Did BrYan join the Fight Club and said it was a car accident in order to hide the fact that he's making extra money at a fight club? Or investigating the Fight Club? Now I'm telling you that people are posting the Fight Club saying it's from Moscow, Idaho. But that is because they found the individuals living in Moscow, Idaho, okay, in the videos. But their fight is in Pullman, Washington. They're making the money in Pullman. I don't know if they have another place in Moscow where they carry on their Fight Club. So I have no proof of that, but I know that the one that they filmed was filmed in Pullman. Because when they come out with their joy and happy, so something happened that night where they were all excited and they were coming out in the streets. That was in Pullman. That was the same streets where Carmen Fernandez gets arrested, in front of the same Sigma Chi building, everything. And I showed it to you guys piece by piece. I even showed you proof that the buildings matched, where, you know, these college students were partying in the streets, right? Okay, so now he's going to talk about an accident as well. So hold on, because I want to hear the word Ethan.
Argument, but I'm not sure the detail. But let me think. Here's something. But I think is one more thing very important. But I need to read it. I need to recall it. Okay. I think it's around the end of October to November, but I'm not sure the correct date. But I usually notice his face has a scar.
Okay, so this is at the end of October, beginning of November. This is not, he's not describing a scar on his face during the November 13th, you know, for that incident that is being reported, okay? So hold on. So I have to go further back for the Ethan one. So I know it's here. Okay, we're going to start there. And it sounds like he was getting ready to say the person's name that he had a problem with. And if I'm hearing it correctly, I have a feeling that this accident, he was in that vehicle for the hit and run.
So if you finish it, you probably have a short discussion with him if you want. Mm-hmm. And he would.
Oh, and thank you to Connor for putting out these videos. I will also leave a link to her video. I have also uploaded privately on my channel her full video that she had put out, so that I don't get copywritten strikes by channels who stumble upon it, decide to upload it as well, and pick on my channel. And at least I know Connor's not that kind of person, so I don't expect her to act that way. But like I said, I'm telling you guys the truth. I'm trying my best to get this to you. But they are shutting me down. But here we go.
Have a very serious argument with John. Because John already know some student report him, and he still, BrYan doesn't didn't communicate very polite with John. So they have an argument, but I'm not sure the detail. But let me think. Here's something. But I think is one more thing very important. But I need to read it. I need to recall it. Okay. I think it's around the end of October to November. But I'm not sure the correct date. But I usually notice his face has a scar. You know what is scar?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, scar. Wounded scar. He's look not didn't he look not like by essential he like humans scratch something.
It did look like that, or it did not look like that?
Look like
It
that.
looked like a human scratch.
Yeah, look like human scratch. And I also noticed his knuckles.
Knuckles.
Sorry, knuckles usually has head scar. At least two times, different week.
Now, of course, the way he's putting this, he mentions October. He mentions the end of October or beginning of November. He doesn't remember the exact date. That would be during the Halloween incident, which I think that maybe he had tried to pick up a female and she reacted a certain way, and then males came in order to defend that female. Okay. This is information we don't have yet. Now, however, I'm not at all sure if this person that we don't get to see in the interview, we only get to hear the audio and get a picture of the individual. I don't believe that it's his real classmates. That's my opinion. Or office mate. I think that he's an actor reading a script. However, he is giving certain details that are going to guide us to the Carmen Fernandez hit and run. Sorry that I'm choking, but like I said, there's demons behind this, and I do believe that demons are trying to make sure that the truth cannot come out, even physically.
Week, so he probably he fought with some people, but I'm not sure. As I asked him, he just said he got a car accident.
Car accident?
Yeah, but it's 2 week, different week. For example, this week and then next week, I saw the new scar. Okay. So it was very, very, very strange. And around that time, he usually went to our...
Okay. So he had scars. This man asked him what happened. He said he was in a car accident. Either A, please forgive me, BrYan lied to him and didn't want him to know that he got his ass whooped trying to pick up a female. Or B, he's part of that Carmen hit and run. But hold on, the next day he sees another scar on him. So here's the thing. If it has nothing to do with the Carmen Fernandez hit and run, then he's in a fight club. So now here's the thing. If it's only the first time, okay, those scars, that's it. He says he was in a car accident. Where is the report of his car accident? What vehicle was he in? Because it wasn't his own vehicle. That very well, like I said, if this young man left it at that, then you would have an assault by a female and men who were defending that female. However, because he leaves it open on a timeline, he says the end of October, beginning of November. So here the officers can stretch your beginning of November to the 13th because it's only 2 weeks. He's talking about within 2 weeks he has another scar. Next day or in 2 weeks. Now, hold on. It's real important, guys, that because they're giving it to us.
By essential. He like humans scratch. Something
It did look like that, or it did not look like that?
look like
It
that.
looked like a human scratch.
Yeah, look like human scratch. And I also noticed his
Knuckles.
knuckles. Sorry, knuckles. Usually has had scar. At least two times, different week. So he probably
Okay. Usually has scars. Different times. Different weeks. Fight Club. Boom. Okay? He's investigating the Fight Club. He's investigating what's going on there. We're at human trafficking. Okay, that's number one. Because now they're not forcing these kids to fight. They're coaxing them into it for extra money and for sport. This is illegal gambling. He is looking into illegal gambling. And I think that when he was trying to investigate or do interviews about why do people do certain crimes, this is how he ended up at the Fight Club. It's because he's interviewing the individuals that introduced him to Fight Club. That's also where Brent Kopaka would be as well. He would be a part of Fight Club. I think a lot of Marines would be. Hear me out. I know he's not a student, blah, blah, blah. But people got to make extra money, okay? Especially if you're on a fixed income. How are you getting by? And on top of it, if you're doing drugs. Okay, so here we go.
he fought with some people, but I'm not sure. As I asked him, he just said he got a car accident.
Car accident?
Yeah, but it's 2 week, different week. For example, this week and then next week, I saw the new scar. Okay. So it was very, very, very strange. And around that time, he usually went to our class very late, probably more than 20 minutes, several times. Yeah, there's. Sorry, I'm not sure I'm not pretty sure the date.
Oh, that's okay.
But it probably around October to November, the end of October.
Do you remember if the knuckle scars or the face scar, like which one was first or second?
I think both.
Okay, they're at the same time.
Same time. Okay. And the same time he had things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where on his face was it? Was it like across his nose, on his cheek, across his nose?
And knuckles. I'm not sure that which hand.
Mm-hmm.
Probably both, but yeah, he's a very, very, very specific.
Mm-hmm. And do you remember, was it like an up and down scar or a sideways?
This is a good question.
It's a long time ago.
Difficult question. Oh, let me think. I'm not sure, but probably.
Now, here's the thing. Why do you have to think? Okay? So, it should be right in the middle of horizontal and vertical. It should be a slapping motion with somebody with nails. Let's slap the crap out of them.
Half horizon.
Horizontal? Yep.
Yeah.
So he said that was from a car accident? Is what he told you?
He said car accident. I just asked him like a friend to concern his, but he didn't want to talk. He didn't want to talk too much.
Yeah. Was there any topics that he liked to talk to you about specifically after the homicides happened?
Yes.
No. We have proof that he ran into the individuals from Moscow that live in the house that has the light bulb footage. Now, when I said that, all right, so if Steve G had nothing to do with this, guys, just in case, hello, okay, and he's just a concerned parent, just acting crazy, all right, just putting it out there, that they could have hit the wrong house. If it's BrYan doing this, he probably went to the wrong house, assuming he's going after these individuals that he had a problem with, that he had kept to himself. Now, that is a different scenario. I am not changing my scenario about Steve, but if he was there, if he had plans of doing something, if I'm wrong about, which I know I'm not wrong about Steve, because FBI is, they are literally on top of this whole crypto thing, especially with Nancy Gutter's case, okay? Because somebody's trying to escape America and they need that money. All right, this is the first time there's a kidnapping for cryptocurrency. That's this. All right, so here we go. We're gonna pass that one, and we're gonna talk about that later. But I have multiple videos, okay, regular video and a short, placing your Fight Club individuals going in and out of, and you guys can see it even with the body, with not the body, excuse me, the camera footage from morning to, like from late in the evening, morning, all the way to when the sun comes up. And it's very active with the same individuals. They're wearing the same clothes that they were wearing at the Fight Club. Or at least the same colors or the same type of outfit. Okay? Don't hate the messenger, okay? All right. If he was after them, he would have never went alone. And he would have known what house to go to. These individuals are the ones that are setting up BrYan. So but hold on. I truly believe that they're the reason that they're helping Steve cover up whatever he had caused or has done to his own daughter, thinking he was doing it to Maddie. And they said, hey, we got a guy. We got a guy we could pin this on. And it could be the students that did this. Not saying that they unalived anybody in the house. What I'm saying is helping with the cover up and giving them somebody to chase. Now, why would they do that? I don't know. But that's just an idea, okay? I'm just floating it out there as if I'm, your typical idiot, okay? All right.
What were those?
He liked to talk humans psychological part, and he liked to talk his research. He likes to talk criminal decision making, something like that. And he say he likes to guess why criminal want to do the behavior, something like that. And he told me about his research interest is burglary, home burglary, right? Yeah. I'm not sure the sentence.
Okay, so that's what he's investigating. So here's the thing that we need to look at is all the home burglaries that were going on in Pullman and Moscow, because he was following these burglars. He's interviewing how they're doing it, why they're doing it, decision making. They're the ones that would introduce him to these individuals, okay, and Fight Club. What if, again, here's another scenario. Sorry, but I'm full of scenarios, okay? What if he was with these individuals that he is studying, and they did a home burglary, or, at the 1122 King? We're still going to keep Steve in on this, because what did those kids have? that they needed to burglarize that house, or they felt the need that there was profit in that house. Okay? Number one, we only know of them having cell phones and laptops. Where's the computer system? Where is their game consoles? We know that there's no robbery in that house for those items. Only the officers would have robbed those items and only given up items that they knew information that they did not need to worry about. Okay? Those are the items they gave up, not communication items like video games. I know I'm confusing. He's there for the burglary, not realizing that there's a hit job going on. Did they hit the right house? And was Maddie the target? Now, with all the evidence, the only way that they would have made a mistake on the house is if there was enough evidence to prove that. Now, the only way to add that is if BrYan really was on revenge and went after individuals he had run into for the Fight Club, or a regular burglary, or a regular hit, but they didn't know which house, what people they're going after. However, the first hit would have been, or could have been, Maddie. Maddie could have been the one that went first, or Ethan and Xana. See, that's the problem. We can't figure out which one went first. But here's the thing. Because of Steve G's actions and his relentlessness, because we found so many flaws in which all the evidence that they have given us to play with for 3 years, and it was in front of our face, the fact that these things were all altered. The live Twitch wasn't really live. You're starting to see the bigger picture on what happened to Carmen Fernandez with the hit and run, being set up for the hit and run. And the only person who would actually know the truth on that one is her own sister. And that's the little sister. So, now why I was thinking Maddie being first to be unalived is because Steve G knew that the perp went through his daughter's sliding door, because his daughter is not supposed to be home. She's supposed to be with her mother. So it's not Kopaka in the house saying, hey, I thought you were not supposed to be here. I thought you were supposed to be with your mother. Kaylee was not supposed to be there. So he would have went through his daughter's room and went into Maddie's room. This girl is passed out under Maddie's comforter, probably waiting for Maddie to come back, or maybe not even passed out, playing with the cell phone. Who knows what she was doing under the comforter. It's cold. She's getting comfortable in her best friend's bed and just chilling there. Okay? Her dog is probably, the dog is with Maddie and Bethany, because Bethany testified to be with Maddie to take the dog out. So what made Kaylee seem to disappear in the scenario between the evidence of Dylan and Bethany? Because she just disappears. Well, obviously she went and lay down, probably fell asleep on her best friend's bed waiting for her to come back to the room. The perp comes through her room into Maddie's room to unalive Maddie, but finds out he unalived his own child. Or somebody he hired unalived his own child. They get Maddie. However, in my animation, I'm not showing that she runs back outside. which I need to change now. Especially the fact that I believe I'm on to something here. In my animation, I have it where she goes to her room and the perp follows her to the room and boom. Okay? But really, she's the one that runs upstairs, somebody's here, and then runs back downstairs but out the back door. There are blood stains on 2 stones in that backyard and other areas, seeming like they were chasing her around the stomp. Okay? So I may need to change that because I was trying to work it out where you have Kaylee playing with the dog. She runs up the stairs, runs down the stairs to get hit by a blunt object in order for her blood to end up above the fucking stairwell and a fucking railing. And it does not work. It doesn't work. Especially the fact that we are noticing that this ongoing investigation is really about Steve G. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. Steve G finds a way, and I said this in my last live event, after this officer or ex-FBI agent starts talking about him, there's another man who talks about him as well, which is a body language and, specialist. And I'm looking for that one as well. So after that, he comes up with an alibi because now a reporter goes, well, how come you didn't get up in the morning and drive to go see what happened at the house? How come you guys never made the trip to the house? And the wife goes, well, he was in the hospital because of allergic reaction. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Where were they? Were they in Boise at the time or were they in Moscow at the time? Does the wife even know? Does Christy even know where her husband really was in those early morning hours? And again, they had enough time, him and his people, his community that he's protecting, he says community, to sit there and change everything, when it comes to what happened in that house, so that it never guides to the truth, ever. Which tells me that this unaliving could have happened the early morning before the Carmen Fernandez accident, not after her accident, and while she's being booked. That the cover-up and the placements and everything were happening while they were booking Carmen Fernandez for a hit and run. She wasn't even in that car. So now, I know I just said, well, what if BrYan was in that vehicle and he was talking about a car accident? Hello? It's the beginning of November or the end of October. It's nowhere near the 13th or the 12th. And then this man keeps adding, 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after, which 2 weeks after would bring you to the 12th and the 13th. Saying that he had new bruises, new stuff, talking about burglaries. So if he's not in Fight Club, then maybe these scratches are happening during burglaries that he's literally going on. Now, the reason why I'm giving you all these scenarios is because I need you to think of them all. And only one of these scenarios is the truth. So now we're understanding how BrYan fits in this scenario. However, I still feel that he's still innocent to the unaliving. Maybe not innocent at all to helping with the cover-up to make it look a certain way, because he does have those skills. So he would have had to be with these individuals that he was studying, but not knowing that one of them or two of them were going to be hitmen to do a job in one of those houses. He probably had no clue the unaliving was about to go down. It's supposed to be just a burglary. That's if he was there. But he had to be a part of the study on burglars. So if this man here is not an actor, or not standing in for the real person, which is a female actually, dressed like a man, but that's something I know that I can't prove to nobody. So, but this is a man that could be filling in and reading what happened for the real person. However, I don't know unless I see the video body cam of the interview. I just know what I met, who I met here in Nevada, okay?
Argument with student. Because already know some student report him and he still BrYan doesn't didn't communicate very polite with so they have an argument, but I'm not sure the detail. But let me think. Here's something. I think is one more thing very important, but I need to rethink. I need to recall it.
Now you hear him going through his phone and his papers. Why do you need to rethink? See, when you know something is happening and you remember, I mean, you don't need to go back through your notes and make sure that you're saying. This means to me that he's reading off of the real witness.
Okay. I think it's around the end of October to November. But I'm not sure the certain.
Sorry.
The correct date, but I usually notice his face has a scar. You know what is scar? Mm-hmm. Yeah, scar. Wounded scar. His look not didn't. It look not like by essential. It like humans scratch. Something.
It did look like that, or it did not look like that.
Look like
it
that.
Looked like a human scratch.
Yeah, okay. Looked like human scratch, and I also noticed his knuckles.
Yeah.
Sorry, knuckles. Usually has had scar. At least two times, different week. So he probably he fought with some people, but I'm not sure. As I asked him, he just said he got a car accident.
Car accident?
Yeah, but it's 2 week, different week. For example, this week and then next week, I saw the new scar. Okay. So it was very, very, very strange. And around that time, he usually went to our class very late, probably more than 20 minutes, several times. Yeah, there's. Sorry, I'm not sure I'm not pretty sure.
Okay, so I'm only going backwards, guys, because this is important. Now, he is late multiple times, but this is after he runs into this incident, which is after Halloween, the end of October, which is Halloween. His father was visiting during Halloween. They had an argument where they ended up separating. He went off to his hotel, and BrYan was walking across the street and walking in a different direction, and there was officers talking to him saying, "Your father-in-law." Okay, there is a body cam for that. We have gone over that in year 2023 and the beginning year of year 2024. I'm only left with now the screenshots because I don't know where the body cam footage is anymore. Okay, you see how things just wipe away? So we had the truth from the very beginning. Okay, and it just washes away. And they knew that was going to happen. That's why they waited 3 years to finally release this stuff. Okay, so they knew that as soon as we start remembering what we had, we're never going to be able to find it. Well, it's going to take us a long fucking time to fucking find it. Now, his father is a witness to whatever happened in October, at the end of October. How did they get the father's DNA? Well, he was there for Halloween with his son before going back home. Boom.
The date.
Oh, that's okay.
But it probably around October to November, the end of October.
Do you remember if the knuckle scars or the face scar, like which one was first or second?
I think both.
Okay, they're at the same time.
Same time. And the same time he had things. And,
Okay.
yeah.
Where on his face was it? Was it like across his nose, on his
Nose,
cheek,
nose,
across his nose?
and the knuckles. I'm not sure that which hand.
Mm-hmm.
Probably both, but yeah, he is a very specific.
Mm-hmm. And do you remember, was it like an up and down scar or a sideways?
This is a good question. It's
a long time ago.
Technical question. Oh, let me think. I'm not sure, but it probably half horizon.
Horizontal? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say this again. When you see that on someone's face, you already know if it's vertical or horizontal or in the middle of that. Why did he have to think? Why was that okay? Which tells me he's standing in for the person who's really supposed to be doing this interview. See, now, the problem is, unless I tell you that I have these X amount of credentials, you're not going to take it seriously. Or unless I can speak like the people you like to follow, more articulately, okay, you're not going to listen to me. So here's hoping that whatever I'm putting out right now, that you kind of grasp it. Maybe you don't agree with what I'm saying and you see something differently. I do hope that you will make a video on it. Okay? If you see it differently, please do so. Please talk about it. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Okay, so I gave you multiple scenarios, but that is only because of what this man had said. Now, we have seen the fact that BrYan's nose is broken. His cartilage area is broken. So he doesn't look like he did when he was younger. He looks completely different. Okay, he looks like he's got his ass whooped. He looks like he was at the 1122 King unaliving 4 people. Okay, and then he's creepy looking to begin with, which means he may still have ongoing drug use and is definitely dying of a disease. All right, so is he in the hot seat because they know who the real unaliver is, or who put the hit out on that house, or whatever house they were supposed to go to? Or was he a part of this burglary, not realizing what was about to go down? not realizing what he was going to become a part of, because he's investigating. Okay, so with me going out and making friends and trying to get to know these people, I'm doing undercover work as if just the same way he would have been doing. And I myself can put myself in a very bad position where I could be framed for another crime. A crime could happen and I could be framed for it. But that is an example. Is he really interviewing these people that do house burglaries? Is he really interested on why they do what they do? Or is he doing it with them because he is covering a drug use? Or were they following Steve G's family the whole time? Even from Texas, to Texas, from Texas, long before BrYan Kohberger ever went to Pullman, Washington from Pennsylvania. That this is an ongoing investigation of whatever that man is a part of. And I mean Steve G. How's he a millionaire? Huh? See if I have it here. I gotta leave soon, so give me a second. My battery's gonna die. And I have an appointment to go to. Now, I did another screenshot. And I, from another channel. Where could it be? Here we go. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for being patient with me. How? Okay. He's also part of a family that has the cryptocurrency scam. He is scamming people here. How to be a millionaire. How to, how to retire a certain way. How to hide your funds. Oh, yeah. Did I tell you that I got the book? I wish I could show you because I can't switch from screen share to regular camera. That would be a really nice feature if they can fix that. I mean, give us more features with these cell phones. Thank you. Oh, I forgot. They can't because they wanna monitor your every movement, your IP address, and control you. I forgot. Yeah, it's too hard to do that with a cell phone. But it's very easy to be done with your laptop because there's no company to protect your laptop unless you join a company that will give you the VPN needed to protect you from certain things. But certain things, not everything. Hello. Okay. Steve. Now we have the Nancy Guthrie case, and there's something very fishy about the TMC from the very beginning. Okay, especially when they covered the Steve G case. So I'm not done. I am not done when it comes to that woman, okay, that family, and including the TMC. Who really needs that cryptocurrency payment, guys? Who's trying to flee this country before the heck they get caught? And the only person I could think of is Steve. Now, right there, defamation of character. Oh my God. Holy cow. You did it, Steve. It's right here in front of our fucking face. Okay? You even said, why is Taylor still getting paid to defend BrYan Kohberger when it's over? He pleaded guilty. She said that she was not appropriate counsel. It should be done and over. Ha! Motherfucker, it's not. So don't come at me and threaten me at all about me putting this out there. I can't say the word mention of character. I can't fucking say it because I have a disability. Okay? So you guys, you know what I'm trying to say. Defamation of character. Okay, don't come after me for that shit. You did it. You put yourself out there, Steve. And I'm more than willing to continue fighting. And yeah, you can send your fucking goons all you want, but I'm better than you. I'm way better than you. Just so you know.